All right, so we should be live right now, but before we kind of get this interview underway, is there anything that you want to plug or anybody you want to shout out?
Shout out to Joy Delancey and Maya Evans, my team. The rest of the Suns. Just started over. Oh,
I mean, all right. All right, okay. I'm gonna send you a different link. All right, I'm gonna send you a different link.
No, we're good.
All right, fine. So I guess the first couple things first. We kind of talk about this. I saw your most recent Instagram post. It's you in Major 9, which it's pretty cool. So I'm assuming are you at all like a rapper, singer, like artist, something like that, or what?
I'm learning how to engineer music and just
Okay.
being in that scene. Just a good experience to learn all of that.
Yeah. So you're trying to be more of like a producer?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what kind of got you into that?
My godfather, he's all about music. He has his own record label and stuff like that. So, just hanging with him and seeing what he does, and he's able to teach me stuff like that. So I'm just trying to take advantage.
For sure. And a question basketball players get asked about is what's your playing style? And I know there's also different styles to beats and stuff like that. Because you'll be on YouTube or SoundCloud, it'll be like Playboy Cardi type beat or like Rod Wave type, there's all those different type beats, I guess you could say. So what kind of, I guess, music style do you have, I guess you could say?
Well, I should really be able to answer this question, but I don't know the answer. I listen to Rod a lot. I really like that type of music. So I guess it's around that area.
Yeah. And can you maybe describe I kind of know what you do, but of course a lot of people I'm sure don't really understand what exactly you do. So can we give an example of kind of what that entails?
All right. So basically, I'm the one that records the person and makes sure it's lined up right and everything sounds good.
Oh, okay. So you're not making the beats. You're more I guess making the song in a way.
I'm not there yet.
Well, of course. But is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm kind of curious. Was that your first? How many experience have you had with with that hobby?
With going into the studio itself?
Yeah, or just music in general too.
Musically, I have a lot of experience because my mom, she'd be in and out of studios herself, But going for me, that's my first time, and going with Major 9, that's a big deal to be your first time. You feel me?
Yeah, for sure. So I mean, being a basketball player, I know I would get nervous. My mom she could agree on this. I would get nervous every time. I don't know if you know what the JCC is in Cooper City or whatever, but I played in the rec league there when I was in middle school, and every time I made that turn, when we were going straight to it, I get so nervous for the rec league games. All I wanted was 2 points, and I'd be terrified. So I'm wondering, being a basketball player, where I'm sure a lot of things I would get nervous about, you're not nervous about. When you were going to the studio at Major 9 and everything, were you at all a little bit nervous?
Definitely. I was nervous from the day before. Because it's you want to go in there and mess up an opportunity. You want to go and show through. So.
Yeah. So how do you think you did?
I think I did good. I was there to learn, and I think I learned from that experience.
So even though this won't really make sense for me, but what kind of things I guess are you now trying to work on and improve on from that experience that you maybe didn't do as well?
Things that I learned from there.
Yeah. I guess.
Just seeing how you really have to be on on top of your game, when you're working with an artist like that. You can't go in there and mess it up, because I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
You have to go and do your thing.
For sure. And with playing basketball, and obviously you're at a pretty high level. The amount of time you probably have put into your game and traveling and playing games and training, all that stuff, that's a lot of time. And to be at least decent in another hobby, especially something like that where that's kind of complex. How are you able to be, I guess, so talented at so many different things?
It's definitely just time management. I think with the whole music, it kind of fell into my lap. I didn't have a choice. My mom is straight music, so my mom 24/7. You pick up on certain things, so it wasn't as hard for me.
So then, kind of transitioning now to you playing basketball, was you playing basketball more a surprise to your family? Is no one in your family really athletic then?
Both of my parents are track stars, but they didn't play basketball. I'm the basketball player, so yeah, it was a surprise.
Yeah, I wanted to sing the track star song so bad. when you said that.
Oh.
That was like the first thing that came into my mind. That was I'm so sorry, but I guess so. Then what then got you involved with playing basketball?
My goddad again. He played overseas and he was really good in his high school and college days. So I was always around him, and just like we were just shooting around one time, and it got more serious. And yeah.
Yeah, and then I guess now maybe kind of talk about the season. Like I know even one of your teammates from the season with you. How do you think the season went for you?
Um, I think it went well, considering being a fresh team and us having to get our stuff together so fast. I think it went really well. We ended up winning states, which is really, my dog got her first state championship. So I think that season went really well.
So wait, so then did you guys win states the year before then? Because if it was her first state championship, then was it not yours?
No, I transferred to.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Wait. Yeah. What? Just curious. What school were you at before?
Country Day.
Okay. Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure ESPN. I think they may have just updated it. Because I remember I was looking at the rankings and I saw it said that. So I guess what was it like? I know Miami Country Day is a high level program, but then now going to a new school, and I guess also having a really really good season in terms of just the way you guys did record wise. I guess what was it like? Kind of maybe having just a really good transition in terms of you guys winning games in the court.
Wait, what was the question?
Like, I guess just what was it like for you kind of experiencing because usually when you transfer, it's kind of a big adjustment, I guess you could say. Sometimes things don't go as good, but to transfer win a state championship, you can't really get much better than that. So what was it like, I guess, having a more enjoyable transition?
It was great. As soon as I got around the team, they were very welcoming. Coach was very involved, just even with life outside of basketball. So it made it very easy, and it was just a fun year overall. He made sure the year was fun.
Yeah. So do you have a favorite game or a favorite moment from the season?
Winning states.
Okay. Oh, what besides winning states?
It's probably the preseason practices because there'd be music going on.
Okay.
Have half your team over there doing TikTok dances and someone trying out gymnastics over there. It was just crazy.
Yeah. So I guess of course, for guys to win states, you obviously have to take it seriously. So how is that happening during practice? And somehow you guys are all just destroying teams and everything.
Oh, I think our practices were fairly serious when it came down to it.
Yeah.
They knew when the crunch time was.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we all had that mutual understanding of we all had that one goal in mind. So I think it was serious when
it was more when you guys were kind of having that downtime, maybe before practice, after practice, that's kind of when people were doing gymnastics and everything. Yeah. That definitely sounds pretty funny for sure. But now next year, entering your senior year, assuming I don't know what your plans are. We're not going to really get into it in terms of if you're transferring or anything like that. But just next year, what are kind of your goals now as a senior to step into even more of a leadership role?
That is one of my goals, to just lead the team and with no types of what's it called, setbacks, and just have a good season. Even if my goal is to impact the game, no matter how I'm playing. If I'm playing bad, I'm gonna make sure my teammates are playing good. If everybody else is playing good, I'm gonna make sure I'm up on that level too. I think that's really important this year for me.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm gonna ask a question. I want to put Joey on the spot right now. I want to know what's it like, kind of having you got to gas her up a little bit. What's it like having her as a teammate to you?
That's great. If you're doing bad, she gonna pick you up. She gonna tell you if you're doing bad, tell you you're doing good. The stuff you need to know, she gonna let you know, and that's what you need. She's not gonna sugarcoat nothing.
Yeah, for sure. And I remember when I saw you guys play that one. Luckily, I was able to catch you guys for one game. It's actually pretty solid, and both of you guys stood out to me, along with the twins as well. But they're pretty good also. But you two, both both you guys are in 2022. So both you guys are in 2022, right? Yeah. All right. Just wanted to fact check myself. So what's it like, I guess, as you guys as a 2022 duo at American Heritage?
I mean, it's really fun. You know, it's like playing with your sister,
Mhm.
and I think that's something I can really appreciate because we have like the bond off the court, and it shows on the court.
And something else you guys do off the court as well, and that's kind of what you guys are literally doing right now, is you guys play for the same AAU team, Miami Suns. So just how much more beneficial is that, like playing with basically your teammate year round?
That's a crazy advantage because you get to learn like everything about that player. Like I know if I pass it to Joey a certain way, like I put her in a bad position. She passed it to me a certain way, I'm be like, Joey, what are you doing? You know. So it's just like you just know, like what to do.
Yeah, so I'm kind of curious, like, do you guys ever take, breaks away from each other? Because like for such a long period of time, like you gotta get tired. Like us, you at least need like, some sort of break. So how does that kind of work?
I think we have the mutual understanding of just don't text me unless it's an emergency. I see you every day. Do not text me.
Don't text at all.
Yeah. So that's kind of like the team rule with you guys, since you guys are around each other so much.
Yeah, basically. Cause like I'm gonna see you in 4 hours. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, for sure. And I guess now we can kind of talk a little more about AAU basketball. So something that some AAU teams like don't have is they don't really get a practice or have kind of those training camp kind of things. So it's kind of like how you said it's an advantage, like playing with your high school teammate on AAU. Just how much more of an advantage does it give you guys where you're putting in all this work as a team together?
I think this puts us in a really good spot altogether because we needed that team chemistry to come in, and you can see like we've been here for 2 days and it's like really starting to flow more. Um, I think that this is gonna show more positively in our game than what we were doing before because we were like, it's not like we come to play a game and we just leave. Like we go and we work out together, we come back together, we eat together, we just cook dinner together. Like it was all fun. So I think it's really positive.
Yeah. And then I guess how is this momentum that you guys are kind of building up, through practices and kind of playing with a few games? How are you going to just carry that momentum now with you guys to that week of Nike Nationals, which is going to be extremely hard to win?
I feel like it'll carry over fairly easy because, like I said, like same thing with my high school team. Like I know everybody on this team wants to win, so I don't think it's much of like us dragging anybody to come and uplift their teammates. Like I think that it's gonna carry over.
For sure. And something that I know you and Amaya have accomplished, and Joey's is kind of slept on, I guess, is I know you two at least are both ranked in the top 100. So just what's that like? Kind of maybe just hearing that out loud. How out of all the girls in the country, like you're ranking that top 100, or I'm pretty sure top 50 actually, technically.
I mean, it's really cool. I mean, I don't really. Yeah, I don't really care about the rankings if I'm being honest, because I know like I believe in the work that I put in, and I know Maya believes in the work she puts in. So I'm sure like no number could be like, yeah, like I'm up there. That's cool.
Yeah. And didn't you guys like get selected? Like, I'm assuming you were put like at least like first team, like all counting and stuff like that, though, right?
Yeah.
So it's not a ranking; it's more like a more recognition kind of thing. Like, what does it feel? Wait, like, what does it feel to get recognized like that and stuff by like the newspaper and everything?
I mean, it always feels good to get recognized, but I feel like the same way with the rankings. Like I don't care because I know that if they recognize me or not, like I'm still gonna put in the work that I put in.
Yeah. So since you said like I guess you don't really care about that stuff too much, are there maybe besides I guess state championship trophy, like are there any I guess awards or accolades like you want to accomplish by the time you graduate high school?
My goal was to win 7 rings by the time I graduated, but now it's 6 rings, so I'm gonna go with that and make sure I get my 6th ring before I graduate.
Yeah. So I'm a little confused because I know like in high school there's only 4 years. So how would you get like all the extra rings?
I think I won my first state championship in 7th grade.
Oh, that is unbelievable. That is crazy. So I like how is it? So I mean, yeah, you have to be playing varsity. Like, what was it like being a middle schooler, especially in 7th grade? Like, how was that?
I think it brought me a lot of knowledge playing around like the players that I played with, like Shanice Lewis, Kelsey Marshall, Deshaun Jackson, Maria Alvarez. like their IQs were like something that somewhere I wanted to be. You know, being able to play with them, it kept me humble. Number one, because when I walked in that gym, you know, getting broke down, you know, beat up, being a little skinny sixth grader, like it just brought me a lot of knowledge.
Yeah, and what's like now? Because that's what I was curious too. Is I'm sure you know I'm sure you weren't getting if you were playing. I doubt you were getting as much playing time as you're getting now. Like I'm sure you were really just like more of a practice player, if anything, since you were literally not. It's only be like an eighth grade, like seventh grade. Like that's kind of a big difference from seventh grade to high school. But what's like starting then and now you're gonna be a senior. Like now all of a sudden like everyone kind of looks like little to you. Like just what was it like starting off as just a little middle schooler, and now all of a sudden you're, the big leader of the whole team?
Um, I never really looked at it like that, so it's kind of crazy to like look back and be like, wow, like that's what it is. But I don't know. It's cool now if you think about it, you know. Um, yeah, that's crazy. I don't even know what to say about that.
Yeah, yeah. And then I guess this is not like a most serious question, but doesn't American Heritage have like a new gym now?
Yeah,
Yeah. So I mean, how like is it like super nice, or I didn't get to see it, but like I saw kind of like isn't it like insanely nice?
it's really nice.
Yeah. So then do you guys use the other one? Is like what happened to the other gym?
The lunch cafeteria.
Wait, no, wait, that's the cafeteria now?
I don't know.
I think they just eat in there. I don't think they eat it.
Okay. Because have you guys not gone to school the whole year? Oh, well, you've gone to school obviously, but you never like went to like in person class because that would be pretty bad if you put that out there. You guys never went to school, but something since we're kind of bringing up schools, like I don't really get into this too much. More like a general question about it, like with the recruitment process and everything. Just how has it all been going for you?
I think it's really picked up after this last couple tournaments. Yeah, I think it's going really well.
Yeah. Do you all have any sort of like timetable for like when you plan on committing or making a cut list or anything like that?
I was talking about like later this year, like
I mean, you didn't even need like you could just say like yes, I have like a plan in mind. Like, you didn't need to share like any exact date.
stop. What was the question? I'm sorry.
Oh no, I just want to know like if you at all have like a plan like when you want to commit or anything.
Like around fall, most likely.
Okay. So I guess before the season starts, like that's kind of like a priority to you.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't want to. Like if it happens before season, it happens.
Yeah.
But when the time is right.
Mm-hmm. I guess you could say it's always like it would be a plus if you could get it over with before. I guess you could say, but if you need the time, like you'll take it.
Definitely.
Yeah. So then, I guess when did you receive your very first offer?
8th grade. I want to say 8th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade.
Yeah. So I mean that's pretty young. So I guess it's like of course it's not like an adult experience, but it's like getting that offer like super young. It's like you got to grow up fast. So you kind of got to now you're involved in the recruitment process super early. So what was it like getting that ball rolling just at such a young age?
It was like my first look into like the recruitment process, So it kind of opened me up to a whole different side of basketball. So I think if anything, it just made me more competitive.
Mm-hmm. And someone with the recruitment process, it's like I know when you're younger, you can't like there's certain rules. And as you get older, like then you could talk to coaches or you could go on like the official visits and everything. So what's it been like? I guess progressing through the recruitment process where like it started off as more like your coach says, oh hey, just letting you know you got an offer, and now like coach would probably call you up and be like, hey, like we want to offer you, or now you're having like conversations with coaches all the time. So what's like been progressing through the different stages of the recruitment process over the years?
I think any basketball player like can tell you that hearing like, oh, we want to offer you on the phone is probably like one of the most warm feelings ever like feel. So I think just getting to experience that now and going from, my coach coming and telling me like, oh, such and such is interested, it's just like priceless. Because like again, it's like recognition, like we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting recognized for the work you put in.
Yeah, for sure. And I guess I'm pretty sure that's kind of all the questions I have for this interview. Definitely just something like I know you guys are tired. I know I'm tired, so we'll just kind of give a couple good I guess wrap up questions. So one, just like overall, I guess throughout your career and everything, just describe just all the work you've been putting in to get yourself to this point.
I mean, starting from getting beat up in the gym every day as a sixth grader, like I'm proud of where I am now. Like no matter like what came in the way in between, like I feel like that makes when I get to where I want to be, like so much sweeter. So I'm happy with my process.
Yeah, I'm assuming and hoping you weren't getting like literally like physically beaten up when you were in middle school. Yeah, of course. But I guess like I'm assuming you meant in terms of like you're getting like dominated like on the basketball court. So how did that really just motivate you and then made you like a lot more hungrier where you want to make sure like you go in like the next year like you're not getting dominated anymore?
Yeah, I'm kind of lost. What was the question?
Oh, sorry. Like how did that motivate you?
Oh, I mean, when I walked in that gym, like I was 10 years old. I'm walking in the gym with like 16, 17, 18-year-olds. And it's like I looked up to them as sisters. So it's like, oh, like I want to be that strong. I want to be that good. So that kind of fed into, my hunger.
Mm-hmm. And you said how this is a great transition to the final question. You said how you kind of looked up to some of them, like you saw them as like a sisters, probably older sisters because they're older than you. So now, what do you want people to kind of remember you by and like look up to you for and everything when your whole career is all said and done?
Oh, that's a heavy question.
Yeah, it's a good like it's not original, but it's a good like closing question. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a real. And I feel like if anything, it will be character. Like stay true to who you are. Like no matter like what comes to you, like at the end of the day, it's all material. If not, it's a post on Instagram or a post on some website. Like just stay humble to who you are.
Yeah, for sure. Well, anyways, appreciate you for your time for a long day. Had a decently long day as well. But yeah, make sure you guys give us a follow on Instagram at Sydney Shaw. But I guess there's two I's in the Sydney. And then I'm iHoopsFL. And anyways, for 2022 American Heritage School Combo Guard Sydney Shaw, I'm Isaac Fleischer, and this has been another iHoopsFL interview. Peace out, guys.
Thank you.